Well, it looks like the Natty King and friends are back at it again. Yeah, the whole gang is here. But I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time. And the end is near, so let's drink beer.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer podcast, sponsored by Premium Cabinets. Shout out to John Morgan and family over there. If you're looking to get any cabinet work done or kitchen remodeling, holler at them at 314-499-8800. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to The End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer podcast. We got special guest Sean Vincent in the house today, all the way from sunny Destin, Florida.
Look at that golden tan.
Tim Tripoletti, my co-host, Mike Jones, our frequent guest. I don't know what we got going here, but I love having him on, obviously, so he's just going to keep sticking around.
You know, I'm working it into my contract. No Mike, no Tim.
Yeah. I like that, too. I agree with that sentiment. Sean, what's up, dude?
That little backwards hug we had earlier? That sold me. Anyway, keep going. I'm sorry, my bad.
Anal sex.
Keep going.
Oh, and nothing's off limits, by the way, on this.
Oh,
good.
So,
all right, let's
I think we talked about chicks with boners last week. Epstein's Island.
Ooh.
Richard, what was his name? No, not Richard. Stephen
Stephen
Honky.
Hawking.
Stephen Honky.
Yeah.
It's honky.
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
We went there last week.
Oh, we're about to
there.
go.
We're
We got to
gonna
go get
there.
on Stephen Hawking. We have to. Like, Jesus, there's just so many more memes that are just coming up that are just. We were lighting them up all this week.
The
want to go to the island.
What
Have
he
you seen
was,
that?
the level of what
No,
he was
I saw
into when it came out, it was just like, all right, he was already fucked up as it was. You're into this? It's like, oh shit, we have to talk
That
about
satisfaction
that.
song.
Oh,
Satisfaction.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm sitting there and I show my girlfriend and I'm like, oh my fucking God, this is awesome. I was like, Alexa, play this song.
Don't you hate you find
Oh, we
because
gotta
you
send
don't
it to you.
check your text. I sent it to both of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like you find gold and you show your wife and they're like, that's great.
They don't
It's just
get
like,
it.
Nothing.
They don't get
fuck.
it.
Nothing.
They're
God
too
damn it.
pure.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking the Pixar one. The one that
Pixar,
was like a
yeah,
Pixar
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
It was called what, like Hawking or something?
Hawking's Island.
Hawking's Island,
It was a
yeah,
great little,
exactly.
What was the one guy? I showed it to you, the guy who did the comedy sketch about it. And he's like, I don't care. He's a pedophile. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And he goes, but if he tackled you down, he goes, all you got to do is just run up a flight of stairs. And he goes, you bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
back to we
No,
got
I
off-
just
off
was.
kilter there.
We got Sean here, and I just want to see how Sean's doing. He drove up from Destin to pick up a car for Destin Cars.
I flew in from Destin to pick up a car to put on our Turo platform for rental at DestinCars.com. There's
Hell
a plug.
yeah.
Where's the cameras?
DestinCars.com.
Shout out.
If you're going to Destin, though, this is the guy to link up with to get a rental car. You got fucking Corvettes.
I was going to say, you got a fleet
Corvettes.
down there now,
We got-
don't you?
Yeah, we're up to, let's see, this is our 11th month in business, and we have 85 cars.
Damn, son.
Actually,
nuts.
86 outside.
So you
Holy
gotta,
shit.
is one of your expenses gonna be like, obviously, is it sales tax, all that shit, like the same as if you're buying a regular car, right?
Well, yes.
Personal property.
Florida does not have personal
They don't have
property.
yeah.
So
We're the
that's-
only ones fucking with
Yes.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
they
just
looked at me like I was
everything-
crazy.
Look, we all make fun of Florida. Florida fucking rocks,
I
man.
love
it.
Every
It's pretty
time you
good.
talk
They're
to somebody in
maniacs there.
Florida, they're like, you
They're
can do
happy.
X, Y, and Z, and it's like,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
it's not so bad.
There's
you know?
maniacs there, but Florida's fucking
For sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love Florida.
Hurricane, no sales tax,
Yeah.
let's
So no
make a
personal
pros and
properties
cons.
in
list.
Florida.
Aliens.
No
Right,
business.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
We got it all, baby.
From space,
they
from
have,
Cuba, yeah.
They have this thing, and we just applied for it and got approved, but it's a sales and use tax or something like that. So if you're renting golf carts or you rent anything in the rental business, you don't have to pay sales tax on that item that's for
Oh
rent.
fuck, that saves you
Well, we found that out on,
$100,000 fucking at
on
least.
car number 70.
Yeah. Oh,
But
shit.
moving
get a
forward,
refund.
yeah,
I mean, fuck.
moving
Shouldn't
forward,
you?
that's good. And then repairs and stuff on that car, no sales tax.
Oh
Nice.
hell yeah.
Anything associated with that car.
So you just register the VIN or something with your.
yeah,
fucking,
you get a
that's
certain number of
awesome.
some sort.
Yeah, see,
so-
that's cool as fuck.
Anyways,
What about plates and all that? You got to do all that shit, or do you
yeah,
get,
but
like,
that's something weird. They charge.
Plates. No, they don't.
Just- I
you
mean-
don't. Yeah, you don't even.
dealer
need li-
plates are different than
license
regular
plates
people
down
plates.
there.
You fuck.
Be on
But
the
to get
lookout
a-
for a blue Corvette. Period.
Just to get a license plate, it's like $300. So I paid like $5,000 for this one little crappy car, and the sales tax was like as much as the plate.
Oh,
Like-
the plate.
The plate,
So not like the registration. Just
just
the
one plate, is like $350, and I'm
See
like,
if you get it like, put someone's name on there, like Jeff. and
Yeah.
it's going to cost. I mean, just still flat $300.
If
I
they
know
give
if you
you
do
a
something
standard
differently,
plate
don't
Yeah,
or
you
a
do the
custom
personalized
plate,
one.
yeah.
that's
I
not
had
what
to-
you're paying for. You're just paying for a Florida plate.
Oh.
But you save everywhere else, so it's worth it. But I'm like, I can't complain. But I was just shocked. This is where they get you is the
This is the
freaking license
right,
plate.
right.
I mean, that at 85 cars, it's
Got
like
'em.
20 grand.
Yeah, we got 20 grand in license plates, man. It's
Man, so
ridiculous.
you're at the DMV a lot.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
probably
You should have somebody that
But
just
here's the
strictly
other
does
thing.
that shit.
Their DMV people are nice.
Oh, God.
Really?
That's not true. Now you're talking too
Now
much.
I'm
You're talking
talking
out
shit.
your ass right
Yeah,
now.
no
sir.
shit.
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa! All right, I'm getting thrown out of the podcast.
Listen, buddy.
Yeah, that's because they're all methed up. They're like, yeah, here, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, do you
It's
have any
like-
Tide Pods?
You don't have to show them anything. Yeah.
Tide Pod real quick.
That's fucking cool. No, I watched.
So-
I remember when you started that last year, and it was like, it was cool, and to watch it grow. It's like huge now.
It's
Dude, you're up
crazy.
to 85 cars?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Holy
Des-
shit.
DestinCars.
And we bought 3 pontoon boats and 6 golf carts. So we're gonna
Oh
start.
fuck! You're renting out boats.
We're doing boat rentals, golf cart rentals, and then we got a website that's being built now. It's you can rent it here. So we're gonna become like the rental kings.
Hell yes.
Gang,
Like
gang.
what, wave runners and shit too?
I'm not going there yet.
Yeah, it's a
but
little nuts.
yeah.
You're gonna fuck somebody up with that.
You know what
thing.
we should do? You know what I always wanted to do? Get one of those, I don't know what you call them, like a fan boat, like where you take it to the
Oh, yeah,
Everglades and
dude.
just go like wrestling
Like in
alligators and shit.
fucking Waterboy where they're cruising to the
Yes,
game.
absolutely.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
you
what
gotta
we
get
do.
some of that. I
Through the
will fucking
marsh.
fly down there. I will rent that Porsche out front, and I will get one of them goddamn whatever you call it, those fan boats. And
Yeah,
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 I'm
I
like
like
that's a
picturing it now.
vacation.
That just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with that fucking thing.
We'd be the
Go
first.
grab the alligator.
It'd be the
Yeah.
first
Nah,
death ever
nah,
by
we're
a
all
fucking
have
fan.
fan boats at Crab Island.
Yeah.
That just sounds hilarious to me.
But yeah, Florida's my mom. So you know my mom was down there, right? So obviously,
Well, she was.
sold her
She
house.
was
Yeah,
not in Destin.
you
she
did
was
that
south.
kind. No. But Florida's Florida, right? So
Sure. I mean, it's it's
She
same place.
she's in one of these like retirement communities they call
Yeah.
them, but these guys, these sons of bitches, party harder than any of us in college.
Wait, is it the crazy wild
It's
one?
not that one.
Okay, you
no,
know which one
it's
I'm talking
not
about.
that one. But there's still some, there's
The
some
villages.
swinging going on
The
in
villages,
hers.
that's
yeah,
what I'm
not
thinking
saying
of.
keep my mom out of this. She's an angel.
She's
but
a saint.
we're sitting on her lanai, and for those of you that don't know what a lanai is, it's
Sounds
a screened-in porch
expensive.
basically, but they call them lanais. We're sitting there one night, and it's like, I don't know, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and her and I are talking, and my first day down there, and some lady just comes like floating up into her backyard, floating, just walks up, and my mom's like, oh no, honey, we're good, and I'm like, the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, they go, she'll like go door to door and see if anybody wants to buy any weed or anything like that, and I was just like,
Like Avon sales
Yeah,
or something like that.
DoorDash for weed, and you don't even ask for it. It's just like a person walking around the baseball game, asking for popcorn. I'm like, this is beautiful,
I'll take 2.
That's
baby.
why I'm like, get her ass back over here.
Yeah. Well, there's your retirement.
There it is, right there, exactly.
That's where everyone
there.
really pretty much goes to retire, right? I mean,
Yeah. But you could be
it's good though. I mean, it's
a drug dealer to the old people,
that wouldn't be bad.
and you wouldn't be frowned upon.
No, he's just selling drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We just
Oh,
didn't-
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
Nancy.
He's a
Yeah,
good man for the
she's the
community.
neighborhood pusher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
Tabitha,
so-
old Tabitha.
But you're liking it down there.
Loving it.
Yeah,
It was really good
nice.
which is probably something good to talk about here for my mental health.
Uh-huh.
For me to kind of reset, restart. For me, my wife, and my daughter. It was
Right,
a
right.
Clean slate.
Right.
Because I had all the great memories here, but I also had a lot of bad memories.
Right.
here. And
Well,
so-
dude, you do recall that we met each other back in our partying days. So yeah,
Oh,
well aware.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
sure.
we'll touch on that for
Yeah.
sure.
Touch on what?
Touch on these.
Get my
baby.
hand off. Get my hand off right now.
Oh,
What is that?
Yes.
Oh.
We're recording. I'm live.
There we
Oh.
go.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought that was Joey's little toy he was talking about
Gawk, gawk.
last week.
It won't let you
3001.
do it that way. Yeah, you gotta go that way with it. Yeah. Just up
Nice.
and down's cool. However I had it's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Matthew
much,
Goodman, everybody.
that's much
How many
more
people we got
official.
watching?
46.
Oh wow.
Well, it is a
Wow.
Friday morning.
Or it's
Go to work.
or it's noon. All right, so kick us off there, beer master.
Maestro.
We're fucking 23 minutes in. What do you mean?
No way.
Pick us off.
Zero shot. That's seconds. We're 9 minutes in.
Yeah, we're 29 seconds.
Yeah, the
minutes in
blue
now.
one is the number.
Yeah, the blue one
Oh.
9 minutes.
All right.
It's okay.
Yeah. So like we were rolling there. So
Should we start with a hug?
Yeah,
Group
this
hug?
everybody's watching. Yeah, Sean Vincent's here from Florida. Hey, oh, Mike Jones, Tim Trifoletti, and that just if anybody's listening, they're gonna not know what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
see that. Fuck.
Well, that was the best
we
part.
pander to the live audience.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that's,
Thank you. Yeah.
that's who we give a fuck about.
We're talking Project Bluebeam We're talking Epstein Island. We're talking
Aliens in Miami.
aliens in Miami. We hit on that last week. We're talking.
Well, now
Stephen-
since we have someone in Florida, you can actually
Yeah,
give us a little
Yeah,
better
yeah,
like information.
exactly.
On it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
come
that's
on.
obnoxious.
John Morgan,
This
we're
guy.
busy.
You gotta love live television. All right.
That's hilarious.
Fucking blowing the whole thing with this live video.
So anyway, so what do you want to jump on first?
First, I want to know what the weather's like in Destin right now.
It's not great.
It's not great. Like, what's
It's
this time of year? It's still-
40s.
so it's like it is right
50s.
now
That's
outside.
hoodies
kinda.
and shorts.
Yeah,
weather
but
right
it's
now.
Yeah,
still
exactly.
right.
It's not bad.
But you got
Yeah,
sunlight.
But for Floridians, they are in UGG boots, trench coats. They're bottled up, man. It's
they don't. They ain't
oh
used
yeah,
to
they're like,
shit.
this is terrible.
So we'd be
Right.
fucking t-shirts. Like right
Yeah.
now, we were talking about outside.
Yeah, and they'd be like, look at these hooligans. Who
Yeah.
are these people? Yeah.
Maniacs.
morons.
They
And
must-
that is one thing I remember too. You would get one like bad kind of cold day down there.
Yeah.
And again, my mom looks like a walking bruise when she's in the sun. Like that's all she does is fucking tan. And she'd start bitching. She'd be all down and she'd be like, the sun's gonna be down for like 3 hours or whatnot. And it's just like, are you fucking serious right now? It's the apocalypse.
What
back
does she
home.
think of it here?
She doesn't come out of her house. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. She just hangs out with her dogs all day now. Yeah. She needs the person, selling the pot door to door, at the Lanai. She needs
Yeah.
that life back.
His mom sold her house with me,
Yeah.
and she made me write into the contract.
I call him up. I go, dude.
I
This
thought
is
this
going to
was
be the
bullshit.
weirdest fucking.
First, I want to
request.
apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, "You met his mom, right?
No.
Have you never met his mom? Well,
You
she's
haven't?
great. She's
Yeah,
great.
she
But
is,
she's fucking nuts.
Okay.
God love her. She's
She,
a firecracker.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
My words.
She had me write into the contract that the new owner would take care of the cat that she left behind.
The cat came with the,
The cat,
house.
you
yeah.
can't fuck like
4
contract
bedroom,
legally.
3 bath.
You were in
and-
more. You've seen real estate contracts.
Yeah.
I've never
Special
seen that.
agreements literally said buyer to take care of cat, feed it regularly,
Yeah.
bathe it, all that
House
shit.
comes with 3 bedrooms
So
or
that's
4
his- that's
bedrooms,
his
3
mother.
bath,
God
and
bless
Pascal.
her.
Yeah.
Pascal.
Yeah.
God bless the woman. But yeah, so I mean, dude, I was looking up that Project Bluebeam the other day though. I don't know. You would watch the whole documentary.
I didn't get through the entire. Oddly enough, it's hard to find a lot of good information on it. Not to go way too
You watched the
conspiracy
whole
theory
I
on it.
didn't, Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
but you knew about it before.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where
what
we've
is
had
it?
a lot of
Yeah.
nuggets.
Tell us what it is.
You're going to explain it better than I can.
If you want to tell the story, and then I can just kind of chime in and
So basically, this guy writes a book back in 1994 and says that there is going to be that there's this conspiracy out there right now that what governments are looking to do is unite into one, which, we've seen this in movies and all that. So you have one government, you've got one religion, and basically how to control the masses all under one umbrella, basically. And they break it down with like 4 different steps. One is you got to basically
the earthquake.
the earthquake, but
So yeah.
yeah, which all this shit you can do right now. So you can, with the right equipment, with fracking and things like that, you could create an earthquake if you wanted to.
Fracking, is that like when 2 dudes put their dicks together?
Yes,
Yes.
that's
Okay.
100% what it
Frack,
is.
yeah.
So
And I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, so
It
yeah,
hurts.
I miss those
Not
days.
going in.
Coming out, ripping
the
it apart.
nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like a fucking Chinese finger
Oh,
trap.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
But the result of the fracking is now all of a sudden you find all this religious content that basically says, dear Christians, Catholics, Muslims, everybody out there, there was another part to everybody's story, and here's what the real what the real story
basically
is.
saying
yeah.
that all the like Christian, Catholic, it was a lie.
Yeah,
This is
it's
so
all
we're
out-
pretty much
yeah.
going under one God.
Okay.
And that's what they're trying to do. So they want to do like an earthquake and everything. And it was the guy that actually wrote it. He did, what was it, Star Trek. So
Is that who-
they were
yeah.
writing, he was writing off like Star Trek, like Next Generation.
Mhm.
I don't know. There's like 20 of them.
Right.
what?
So
But long
yeah.
story short, so the guy that wrote this, I don't know if you saw this, the guy that wrote this, the state, his kids were homeschooled, all right? The state comes, grabs his kids, all right? So now they're property of the state, got to go to public
Like after
schools.
this comes out?
Yeah, he gets arrested one day for spreading false propaganda, which can you imagine if that
yeah.
happened
Today?
today? Yeah, exactly.
We'd all be done.
in fucking jail.
Right.
And then they find him dead in his apartment the next day. Guy was 51 years old. You've heard this
Heart
story.
attack,
51
he said.
heart attack. He's like a fucking marathon runner, keto and all this shit. So
Yeah.
but so anyway, so you debunk religion, right? And then what was the next part? I think
It was all based on from NASA. So they would have like
NASA
hieroglyphics and
yeah.
everything, and it would
in the
show,
UN. In the
yeah.
UN.
And what it would do, it would just pretty much show like an alien ship that would, I'm sure it would look exactly to the T like Independence Day.
Right.
So that's when we called Will Smith, like, hey, Will.
Yeah.
come here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Come on, put the suit back
No,
on,
you
baby.
don't call what you call cousin Eddie.
Yeah. Or Jada.
He was the one that saved the fucking day.
Well, yeah, we save him for last. Like,
Yeah.
okay, this is your plot.
Surprise! I'm
Yeah.
back.
I did crop dusting.
But so, and then there was also the thing about the something to do with the pandemic too. Pandemic was involved, one centralized currency, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Is when you look at each individual compartment, you go, that's either A, happened, it's happening right now. Getting rid of like what would
Money.
you call it? Yeah,
So
getting
it'd
rid
all
of
be like Bitcoin. It'd all be like
Right.
currency like that would be the whole main thing. So
Yeah.
we wouldn't have money and everything. It'd all be controlled by them, to us. So like, I'm sure it's just all communism kind of stuff. Like, okay, since you do this, I don't want you to do that anymore. You're going to be a trash man. You're going to do this. You're going to do that.
So has any of this shit happened? Is what we're getting at?
I don't think has there been a pandemic?
No, not a
pandemic,
Is there
not yet.
a,
Not a pandemic.
centralized or like a decentralized currency out there?
No,
I
I,
fa-
fa-
no,
I
don't
fact
start
checked
either.
it. I fact
Yeah,
checked
no, Bitcoin. And
Uh-uh.
when you go farther down the rabbit hole with that whole thing, because they talk about, it's chess, not checkers, how long this shit would actually take.
Mhm.
So the guy that created Bitcoin, whatever his
Mushroom,
name is.
Shiitake
Yeah,
mushroom.
that guy.
Yes.
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 Nobody knows who he is. Could be one person, could be 100 people, could be a nation, whatever. So you start going down that rabbit hole
that's
and
a
you're
little
like,
deep. That's a little
it
deep.
sounds a little far-fetched, but is it?
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
yeah,
like,
I don't think so.
fucking, and nothing surprises me.
right. So, but anyway, keep going. So you got two other stages.
And
of
then
the
we
whole
probably
thing.
start another war because it happened back in the 60s when Fidel Castro and Kennedy were pretty much like neck and neck with each other. And they're like, okay, they're going to bomb us and everything. And the government wanted us to bomb ourselves. And Kennedy was like, no, I'm not doing that. And then, boom,
Is that
second
what
gunman
happened?
on the
Did they?
grassy knoll.
Yeah,
Did they really?
yeah.
Think about it. I mean,
I
it
didn't
all
know
makes
that.
sense now. and
You
it's
were
like,
you
oh,
were
shit.
alive
And
then,
that
so
wow.
tell us
Hey,
more.
he's a year younger than me, so
Mhm.
you're throwing fucking shade at both of us.
he's a
all
year
right?
younger than you.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
you're the oldest one.
But in any event, no, it's again, it's one of those things where you sit down and look at it and you go, 10 years ago, this sounds absolutely batshit crazy. But
Right.
now you're kind of looking at it going, like what kind of special
Yeah.
effects are they going to do? And then you Google the did you guys see the Dragon Air Show, the drone thing in China that they did for New Year's or whatnot? It looks like an actual fucking dragon floating around. And look it up. I'm dead
Yeah.
serious.
And that's what they're going to do too. And then like they talked about like people who have like mental illness and everything, like they have like that, what's that thing they put over your head? And they're like, okay, this will help you with your depression.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
where they kind of give you like
Reprogramming or
yeah, your brain and everything. When they're
Right.
just like mind control. Cause that was one of them too, was mind control.
Yeah. And
To
it's-
where like
but-
you have to like believe in that as an alien.
But it
Yeah.
but that
and
is
there's not, like-
Facebook or social media.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and there's not like a thing called Neuralink being floated around there right now,
No shit,
and then
good
it
call.
makes you think, why is the government not trying to shut something like that down? Oh yeah, a computer chip that goes into your brain that turns your head into a fucking computer. Yeah, it seems legit. We'll let it happen. So,
Well, they
a lo-
sell it like you'll live forever or
Yeah.
something, right? If you have
Yeah.
this chip. in
Fuck
your
no,
fucking-
dude.
your
I think I'd be
consciousness goes
hit by a
forever.
postal truck by like 50.
100%,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But
feel
I know
like
a
it's
few
a
people that
stretch,
could
but-
really
That's
benefit.
what I'm saying.
What's that?
I know a few people that could really benefit from that trip.
From the
The
yeah,
microchip.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need help.
But no, but I mean, you start again. You look at the individual components, and it's like you start adding them up. But the likelihood of everything hitting at one time and people buying into it, I don't know about it.
Well,
That's
you
what-
know,
I
that's
think
what the guy
they
said.
finish or don't finish with, but like one of the last stages is like a false prophet or something, like a Jesus' second coming. Like they put that show on,
right,
To where
right,
it's like-
exactly.
to where it's like, oh, Jesus actually came.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they reconvene as one. Right.
Right.
Yeah, because they say like, oh, you forgot about this prophet.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, there's none of this is real. It's all about this. Now
Yeah.
believe in me
It's about the-
and
what the
everything.
fuck?
There we
Goodness
go.
gracious.
John Morgan
God damn
again.
it.
Oh, that's an alarm.
It's an alarm. John Morgan Premium Cabinets. I gotta give him some shout outs today.
There you go.
Ugh.
If you need cabinets, call John Morgan at Premium Cabinets.
Premium cabinets. Yeah, I
But-
set that alarm right in the middle of the podcast. Smart.
Smart.
Big
But yeah,
fucking-
that's
big
but
smart.
but it's one that I was kind of going down, and I'm like, you had me up until the false prophet thing. Like, I think everybody can fall for all the other shit,
Yeah.
but again, with the religious thing, yeah, good luck
Well,
having.
it always goes down to religion. Like even
Yeah.
like everything
Back
that's
in the
going on,
day.
it's always about religion. It's the new religion.
Yeah.
Like politics, it's a new religion.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
It's
sure.
always gonna
Hey,
come back to that.
attention, Muslims, Christians, Catholic, whatever. There was an earthquake. We found
Mm-hmm.
a bottle. It had some scripture in it. Sorry, guys, you fucked up. You had it wrong
We
the
found it
entire
in this
time.
beer
right.
can,
Yes.
and there's a
Yeah,
scripture in
exactly.
here. You're all wrong. I'm right. You're
Well,
ugly. I'm
it's
beautiful.
like the what did they find in the 50s? What is that called? It was like a continuation of the Bible. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Is that what it was called? They found it in a bottle like in the 50s or whatnot.
Who
It was
put that
kinda,
there?
I don't know. They found it.
Some
and-
guy in 1949.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're saying, you thought the Bible was done, it was over, the story was over, and then they find this. So it's like you're
hey,
watching a
little
movie.
extra.
They show the credits, and then they show like a little extra scene
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like,
Just kinda open it up
Oh,
and it's-
Deadpool's not dead. He just opened his eyes, and it's like, okay, there will be more to come.
It's like
so.
more to it, and you look like, and it's like, okay, Jesus had a brother, Jerry Christ.
Jerry.
Crazy Jerry.
He's drunk in jail. Hey, get up! You're important.
I can make someone heal. That's
Yeah.
spot,
Yeah.
heal. Yeah, I made someone heal.
Huh.
Good stuff.
But then at the
Well-
end, he just says like everyone is like, do people believe it? He goes, we have so much technology now to where like everyone's gonna read about this. So when it does happen, like we don't fucking believe you, and then like people are gonna be like shooting at it, and it's like, it's not going. Okay, it's
Yeah.
a holograph.
Our
Yeah.
bullets don't
All right.
work.
And then if you want to continue that, that's fine. But then people are gonna like attack everyone.
Yeah.
Talking about like the
I think they
government and
like
everything.
that. I think they'd like that. I don't know.
Maybe that's their plan too.
I think there's
Yeah.
enough people out there that, especially, and look, I not shitting on the gun people. We got a gun at home too, but some of them really fucking love their guns, and they're just like, I'm waiting for a god. I hope an alien would land on my fucking front yard,
Like in Moscow, bring that shit over here.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have fucking people out there Wild Westing it, shooting at
All
shit
right,
in the
Trevor,
sky,
shoot
and it's
up. Come
like-
on, I know you're 3, but come on, you got to start somehow.
And then you got the blue beam, puppet master sitting there going, "Oh fuck,
This
we
didn't
didn't
work
account
out.
for
Yeah,
this.
we forgot about
God
that.
We
damn it."
forgot about
Forget about
those
the 80
guys.
million Americans that don't.
Wilson, get in here. That's
Yeah.
what-
Do you ever think and wonder, like, okay, all this shit's probably been going on forever, and we've all been oblivious to it because it's been hidden underground, but social media has exposed so much, and internet has given us so much access, and that's why it seems like the world's ending now.
Yeah,
But I think
It
all
always
this shit's
does.
been going on. Yeah.
the end is near.
It has, yeah,
So it's-
perfect. Hey,
drink some non-alcoholic
perfect-
White
apropos
Claws.
ti-
That's it, baby.
apropos
They got
timing
those
on
now.
I
that.
heard.
But it does make you question, like, have you guys noticed that the amount of information, like the government essentially coming out going, yeah, by the way, before we leave, UFOs are real. The aliens are real. We've got proof of it. And, we'll see you next week. Like, why is it being leaked out now when it's been covered up for so long, So
Because they got that fucking list of people, I guess, right? And they,
I mean, it makes
what
sense.
else they
Like you're trying to cover it up with someone else.
you're
Like,
slow playing it. Exactly.
oh, it's
Yeah,
chess, not checkers.
yeah.
I mean, that's what they're going to do right now. It's
I mean,
just-
if they just popped up out of nowhere without any type of slow, like right now, we'd be like, okay,
you bet
yeah,
your ass I'm going to play that
We
slow
kinda- we
music
kinda-
from Mars Attacks.
Oh,
we're kind
yeah.
of like getting acclimated to the idea. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
But
they
no,
just
no, they're
fucking
like,
threw
boom,
it.
yep, they're real.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're just
But
gonna,
it
okay.
does seem, in my opinion, very strategically timed, like what happened in Florida last week in the mall. That's
10
probably
foot
something.
tall aliens invading a Foot Locker.
I
Could have been bath salts.
I
That's all that.
I
We don't
ask-
know.
But I
Florida, yeah.
ask you this: pre-social media, is that something that they're blasting all over the news? Absolutely
They
not.
haven't put
They're
it on
throwing a
any news. I
fucking
didn't see it on
blanket.
any news.
No,
Did you
it's
see it on any
social
news?
media.
Yeah, it's social media.
Yeah.
They didn't cover it at all down in like Florida news.
I don't watch the news.
Nobody
I don't
does
either.
anymore.
Smart man.
Yeah, nobody does anymore.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just stopped by my mom's house. Hey, Mom, how are you? Huh. Well, did you see we're on our 5th homicide for the year? No.
Like, hey,
Wow. Okay,
Fifth.
let's turn that off.
Fifth, we're on like
Yeah,
I was
13.
gonna
Don't
say
watch that.
Those are
Like,
rookie numbers there,
St.
bud.
Louis is an
Yeah.
all-time low. You
Yeah.
know,
Mom's aging.
That's a pretty good number. 5. That's it.
Yeah.
For
I
us,
high-fived
that's
her.
amazing.
I thought that was
You're like,
great.
hell yeah. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Right on, Mom. We're doing
Yeah.
good.
Down
Yeah,
low.
I don't know.
Too
what,
slow.
I don't know what the fucking.
But I'm gonna look a little bit more into it. But yeah, I was kind of it kind of lost me once it got to the one Antichrist prophecy or whatnot.
Yeah.
That sounds like I don't think.
Well,
they're
they
gonna fall
said they
for
were
that.
going to fabricate it. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I don't think anybody would fall for it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
Well, that's why they
like
want to
Tom
micro-
Brady sitting on the chair and it's like, this is the new prophecy. And we're like,
Oh,
That makes sense.
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
Okay.
Brady, I can see.
Okay.
We're
yeah.
friends. Leave his name out of your mouth. All right? You stand down, soldier. That's my
That is-
guy. That's
that
my
is.
guy.
Yeah.
That's why they're trying to microchip us so that we can believe, or we will believe what they want us to believe.
What's the ultimate goal with these people? Like, who's
Control.
Control.
But they
Yeah.
have it. They have it.
Yeah.
How much do you fucking need?
You need
Well,
more.
They have it.
And the other thing that kind of that threw me was, let's say we're nearing the final stages right now. You got to get all the world leaders involved, right? So you want to get Joe Biden, Young Jong Kim, whatever his name is,
Some young guy.
Yes.
Putin,
Cream.
Trudeau, all in a room and go, all right, guys, we all need to come to an agreement. You know,
It's not
like
gonna
there's
happen.
no scenario in which that happens.
I mean, a lot of them probably already do get along. They just,
Have you met Putin? I haven't personally,
I've,
but yeah.
I met him at a bowling alley.
Yeah.
I was there.
I met
You were
Trump
there.
a couple times.
Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. Oh, you actually did
I
meet
really
Trump.
have, yeah.
He really has met Trump. How is he
In
person?
Florida?
Yeah, a couple
He,
times.
he goes to Florida?
Well, my
He's
dad used to
fucking
be a
item.
member at Mar-a-Lago.
Ah,
How is he
okay.
in person?
Identical.
Just like you
No
would
bullshit.
expect.
Yeah, so like when I first met him, this was many years ago. I was dating this girl for about 2 years, and my dad, I was telling my dad, I don't know, 2 years seems like you're supposed to propose. So we meet Donald. He's like, hey, Donald, why don't you meet my son? This is Sean. Hey, Donald, he's been dating the same girl for 2 years. He thinks he should marry her. Do you have any advice? And as he's shaking my hand, he yanks me and pulls me in. He whispers in my ear,
Run.
don't ever fucking get married. Swear to God.
She seems like a good girl.
Yeah, and then we go
great.
away. And
Don't
She's
worry about
great.
it.
Yeah, she loves you. She
Yeah.
won't go anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. You play a round of golf with him, or did you
we
just
played a few holes with him. He was like
Yeah.
playing through,
any good?
and he's very good.
He's
He
got
Got
really,
a really good
he
set, I
really
hear,
is.
like a good
And he-
set of
and
golf.
He
Yeah.
owns golf courses.
Yeah.
He fucking better be good.
And dude, his golf cart goes like 40 miles an hour. So we were like taking off, and he's like, so
Just
they
running
say he
over
plays like the
people.
fastest
losers.
golf. Yeah,
You're
but
either first or last.
that's why everyone's like, this guy is a horrible person. And I'm like, he's real. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
He's not
just an honest
being fake
person.
on camera.
He's
That
just
is who
honest.
that dude is.
Regardless of what your political views are, you got to admit the guy's entertaining.
Very
You know,
entertaining.
it-
Goddamn right.
It was
Why
my,
not?
he's giving a press conference. This is must-see television.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I gotta watch, what
Yeah.
what he says,
You seen that video where they put together with Kamala Harris saying, "Don't come,
I'm gonna come.
God.
I'm gonna
DJ?
come." He ends at the end, "I'm gonna come."
That one, she just
The winner right
laugh-
there.
Yeah.
It's a
the-
great video.
the
It's like a
laugh
wedding,
just-
too.
Yeah, it's a great video. The guy put that together.
That's what
perfectly.
creeps me out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna come.
But no, you think Trump? And again, I'm not going like either side, but do you think like the FBI or whatever, CIA, whoever guards
Yep.
him, like they'd hear a press count, they'd be like the next day, like he fucking said what? You know, like we gotta guard this guy.
Dude, he said it. I owe you
Yeah.
5. I owe you 5.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Oh,
total
he
side
said
bets going
fucking
on.
What?
Dude, it's
But-
been a fucking year so far though with the shit in the like media and what about that Gypsy Rose? Would you? Would you?
That's a
look,
yes.
I will say
total
this:
yes.
definitely comeback player of the year so far.
Yeah.
From
No,
what I-
I'll give you
from
that.
what-
That's
I
good.
mean, definitely most improved. You know, like she takes care
Most
of herself.
improved. That's
and-
right.
Yeah,
Very
Most
good. That's a
improved.
good. That's
But
a,
what
yeah.
I do her, I won't give you right now. No.
yeah.
You know what? She could have fucking smacked her mom and just ran off that, the wheelchair, dude. Like she knew what she was doing. She was like, I do have a good. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie to you.
I mean, fuck. I don't know, man. You kind of hold some resentment in there. It's not just like, hey, I can get away. It's
Some
like, I'm pissed at
resentment.
this lady
Yeah, she
for-
was slowly
Yeah.
poisoning you to get
Yeah,
attention
I don't think you just
for it.
slap somebody.
Yeah.
That's you want
We need
to
to
hurt
talk,
them.
Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hurt that.
But
person.
that's a condition, though, right?
what?
What the mom had. What is it called? Munchausen syndrome, where
I
you.
don't know.
It's
Oh, you
play
love
the
the
role
provider?
of victim. Yeah, you play the role of victim. You keep yourself sick, or shit. What's the movie? Bruce Willis, where he's dead, but nobody. Spoiler
Sixth
alert.
Sense.
Yeah, what the
Die
mom was.
Hard.
He's dead at the end.
What?
You
No,
just
no,
ruined
no.
the
What
fucking movie.
what the mom was doing to the daughter? She kept
Oh, yeah,
feeding
yeah,
like
yeah.
rat poison or whatnot.
Yeah.
People gain attention from that, and you're recognized as you get your
Oh, that's fucked.
yeah,
up.
you get your
Yeah.
popularity through
That's
like
actually,
sympathy.
they have a
and-
name for that.
Yeah, and most of the times people do it to themselves, but then if sometimes they do it to their kids or whatnot.
Yeah,
so
sick.
you know.
So they won't go anywhere.
I'm not like pro murder, but I'm pro, if somebody,
Vengeance.
if it's a really bad person and that's a really bad thing, I can see where she's
How
coming
long did
from.
she get? 10 years, 12 years?
She didn't do it. The boyfriend's the one that got screwed. He's still in.
He was like a schizo, right?
Was he? I don't know.
How long's he got? He got a while?
life.
He's not getting out.
He gone.
He's
He
like,
gone.
all right, Gypsy, we know what you've been through. And he's
Yeah.
like, what about me? And he goes, motherfucker, you're gone
Oh,
for
man.
good.
So they
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's fucked. So they just gave her like accomplice.
Yeah, but I think she
Couple
came
years.
out. I think she
Oh,
came
she's
out.
gay?
Yes.
Oh.
I think she. That wasn't even that funny.
No.
But she came out and said she like shot her mom or stabbed her mom like 10 times or whatnot. Maybe after the fact, after she was dead. So I don't know if that's a crime if you stab a dead person, if that counts.
Yeah, it's
I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
It's definitely a
So she
crime.
got more. Yeah. If you see
start there.
if you
Yeah.
see a dead person outside walking down the road, you can't stab.
The fact that you didn't know if that was a crime, that's the funny part.
I would no. I mean, theoretically,
there's
they're
nothing-
already dead.
nothing illegal about
it.
it.
Yeah,
You're
they're
good.
already dead. It's
Hey,
it's
chop them up.
unethical. It's immoral, but it's a little fucking odd.
It's
But
a
I don't-
moral thing. It's not illegal.
yeah, no,
legally.
you can
But
do it, but you
can
just got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, there's
mentally.
trouble for it.
Mentally, yeah.
But yeah, she's already married and
Oh, yeah.
he's taking time off work to get her readjusted.
Was she from around here?
Yeah,
yeah, she
Southern
was-
Missouri or something like that.
Because I thought I heard something like that. Yeah.
Good old Missouri.
I bet she starts an OnlyFans by the end of the year.
Oh, 100%.
Which
By
would
the
be
end of the
cool.
weekend.
It's a great way to make some money.
Yeah, by the end of the weekend she will. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, my fart jar business has been dying off. So
Oh,
Yeah,
How's that
shit.
going? Not going
Not-
very
it's
well?
not good.
Oh.
Ever since eBay took a turn.
Yeah.
For the,
the fees they charge,
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
fucking
Oh, the
terrible.
taxes. Huh?
Yeah.
I bet somebody sold a pretzel that looked like Beyonce on eBay or something. Remember that? It got like $100,000.
That's so stupid.
What? God, we're in the wrong fucking fetishes.
Maybe I'm thinking of something
Speaking of fetishes, Stephen
Hey.
Stephen Hawking.
Honky.
Yeah,
Stephen
some-
Honky.
Some new developments with the shit that guy was into.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to lead us in,
I-
in
Who's
that one,
got
or-
the scoop on that one? You've been.
He was just going in and on orgies. He was just like, give me all the little girls.
And he's just typing away. Do you
and then
have?
just like, just let him
No,
fucking-
no.
No,
the
midgets.
Thing, the thing with the midgets. You
What's
haven't
that?
seen this?
Oh, you haven't heard this?
Uh-uh.
He got off on midgets solving math equations on a board that they couldn't reach.
Shut your.
I swear to God.
Hold on a
God,
second.
couldn't
Hold
you
on a
just
second.
fucking see it?
Hold on a second.
Wait, naked midgets, right?
Hey,
Naked midgets.
Start that over.
Trying
Start
to
that over.
solve
Say
equations.
that-
So fucked up, don't
Say,
laugh.
say that
He's
again
hearing it
and
out
look at the camera when you describe what we just. Tell us that again.
Oh my God.
Stephen Hawking was into midgets, naked midgets, on a whiteboard trying to solve equations, but the board was just a little too high for him. That's what got that.
Is
man
that
off.
real? Is that a real or is that a fuck?
That's real.
That's not a meme. That's a thing.
That's real.
That's a real thing.
You don't make that up. You don't.
That's some
not
real
one you
shit
make-
right there.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's got like 4 of them up there. Like, all right, the power of what? What is that? The power of 3. That's right. Yeah.
You forgot to carry the 4.
But they can't reach.
Yeah. So he got
And
off
he's sitting
watching
there-
them
That's the best part.
struggle. Yeah.
Yes,
he
the
got
struggle.
off watching them struggle.
So they know
to
the
get
answer.
Up there.
Yeah,
That's the
yes.
fucked up part. I know the goddamn answer. I just can't get up there to get it.
Couldn't you just see him just sitting there? Harder, higher, higher.
Oh my god.
Which leads me to this question. When it comes to fucked up fetishes, which I think we can put it in that box, if that's
Yeah.
a fucked
Yeah,
up
no,
That
that's
makes
a-
me
that's a
feel a
top
lot
tier.
better about
Is
myself.
that something that the individual, like, did he just kind of, he's into math, he's into watching people struggle, he's into midgets, let's put them all together? Or is that, like, the fetish already out there, and then you
Oh.
find out about the fetish and go, I could really get into this?
There could be a category.
He was probably just like doing a class and just someone was just like, and he's like,
He's like,
oh wow,
damn.
Grunt.
oh wow,
I just.
oh wow,
Yeah.
All caps.
No.
I
He
can't.
hits the oh. Just holds it down. Caps lock. Fuck it.
And for the record, we're not making fun of people that have to use those things, but we are making fun of the guy that
He's
obviously
a
was a
pedophile.
fucking
He's a pedophile.
diabolical.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
You're completely-
exactly.
Yeah.
But
We're not making fun of everybody that's handicapped.
But
Yeah.
that's one where I had to take a double. When I saw it, I had to rate it 3 times, and I had to go, okay,
That's
so
the fucking best.
I'm not high.
Right.
Not
I'm
drunk.
reading this
Hold on,
right.
wait.
I'm reading this
Yeah.
correctly.
Honey,
Yeah.
can you read this and tell me if I'm kind of
Out loud. Too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I,
please.
yeah. Am I gathering this information correctly? And it's like, yeah, that's what he was into.
That's incredible.
Maybe
what
someone
a
did tell
fucking
him. Like maybe Prince
come
Andrew
no-
is like, you're doing it all wrong. He
Yeah.
just thought to get midgets in there.
Hey, nice work. You
Very
hear
nice.
that?
I thought it was Christopher Walken there for a
Oh,
second.
hey.
Whoa.
Now, Jeff,
You've done it
you
all
island.
wrong here.
You
You
island.
need to get midgets in a classroom.
But
That's it, man.
But yeah, that's
money.
that's my thing. Like, do you and it it'd be, I'm not gonna say too bad he's not here to ask him, but I am curious. Is this something you just kind of fucking dreamt up one night with some downtime, or is
I think
this,
it takes. It's over time. It grows.
and it's just like,
Can you
you
imagine
know,
how
It
much
started
worse it
just
could've
with
got?
midget porn.
yeah.
Yeah, and just fucking.
And then he got
rolled
real
down
bored
the
with
hill.
He probably was watching, like, it was like 3 a.m. He couldn't sleep. And it's like, Girls Gone Wild. And he's like,
Ah.
midget edition. He's like, oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
It's like
And
in
he's got
Seinfeld.
math equation in front of him
Yeah.
while he's watching.
Yeah.
he's doing the algorithms. He's like, I can get this
Yeah.
for life.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I got an idea. But then how do you go out and solicit that? Because that takes a lot of balls right there. Like, Jeff, I got a weird request. Let's kind of here's what I was thinking.
Here's-
Can you make that happen?
You know, Elaine was probably like, did you see what this motherfucker put?
Yeah.
Midgets
What a script.
doing-
It could be
Okay,
a
we need
movie.
to get a chalkboard. Go
Yeah.
get a chalkboard, put it in one of the rooms.
Now I got to be cautious how I say this, but in his defense,
Oh, I got to hear this one.
All right, and that's the podcast.
Playing
Thank you
devil's
for watching.
advocate here.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, there we go. You
On the
should've said
bright
that.
side.
Devil's advocate.
On the bright side.
in his defense, how old is he roughly?
He's
Hawking?
dead.
He's dead.
He's
Well,
dead.
how
He
old was
gone.
he?
76
That's
or
a,
something?
Okay.
Was he that old?
So imagine being 50, 60, 70 years old and never coming.
No, he
Did
used
he
to
have that?
How?
No, he had.
He didn't.
Yeah, I
He-
don't.
No, he
Oh,
kept cheating on his nurse.
But
that's,
how
that's
does
what
he?
happened every time he'd marry a girl, and then his nurse would come in and help, and he was just
But
like,
could he?
I can solve you.
Did he have that down? I don't think he
I-
had any of that.
Can I
Well,
have a
he
cigarette?
couldn't even move his hands,
Fucking
right?
Yeah, that's no
I don't.
way.
I don't know, but he kept cheating on his wives for the next nurse, and he's like, oh damn, hello,
Sponge bath.
Yeah.
Sponge bath. Sponge bath.
God.
All
So,
I'm
yeah.
saying is if
Yeah,
I didn't have a release for
Yeah,
a
it
long
would-
time,
yeah.
I would go nuts. I don't think I would go that nuts though.
Yeah, that's
midgets,
yeah.
on a midgets with a chalkboard.
That's
There's
a
a lot of
little-
other
that's
options.
a little out there. Yeah.
midgets
All right.
solving
I
math
recant my
equations.
statement.
Yeah,
Can we delete that?
Fucking go. To
we
the-
can delete
go
it.
to the bar. There's
Some of them.
someone.
We can't delete that. We can delete anything, but not that.
Not too late. We're live, baby.
I don't think there's that many people watching.
I think I've been live like twice, and both times, thank you, but
Oh,
you notified me.
Yeah, I had to help you out there.
Yeah, the first time
Zuckerberg's
I was.
probably watching like these dudes are idiots.
The first
Yeah.
time, no, he's probably sweating right now. Going,
He's like, "We're
fuck,
fucked.
wait till they
We're
find out about me.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tim went live, and all of a sudden I'm on Facebook, and this was 4 or 5 years ago.
I was
and
in Schnucks talking shit about Schnucks.
talking shit about everything, and I'm like, dude, you're live right now in your pocket on your phone. I'm calling him.
I looked down and hey, my friends, you and Ashley were like, I had 37 minutes. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. This can't
37
be good.
minutes.
They're like, yeah,
37
you're
missed
live.
calls.
You're live
Oh.
right now. I immediately hang up and I go, what happened? What was I
Yeah.
saying? Because I don't know what I've said the last 5 minutes.
That's how you roll all day.
Who did I
Yeah.
talk about?
And
What
you're
did I
like,
say?
you're talking shit about where they put the pretzels at
something
Schnucks.
fucking.
And then I got off topic and I was like, yeah, it's fucked up, man. They put them in the deli. They don't put them in with the chips. But
That's a good
anyway,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can
Still,
argue
right?
about that. We
Right,
really
yeah,
can. So
exactly.
it's not
I
bad.
agree.
That's what I love about this group. We go straight from midget porn weirdness to the pretzels in the deli.
Yes.
And it feels normal.
This is just us talking, man.
Yeah,
It's just a
exactly.
couple of
That's all
dudes,
it
and-
is.
and none of us are drinking.
Have
or
we started
smoking or
recording
nothing.
yet?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
good. This is great catching up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that's literally what this podcast is. It's just this.
This feels like my brain just relaxing.
It's
This is
really
great.
just
Yes, about nothing.
It's really
Love
that's
it.
what it is. It's
Into
just a
nothing though.
therapy. It's a therapy where we just
It is.
talk, and it's like a fun little.
And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's sitting around talking about nothing.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. That's
You need
your
that.
thing.
You really
buddy.
do.
You do.
I mean,
exactly.
That is your thing.
We can
buddy.
talk about cabinets.
Yeah.
And get
Yes.
Call John
through it.
Morgan at Premium Cabinetry.
I had that go off like 3 times in the middle of the fuck. I don't know why I set that for 10:30. That alarm, but it's our
Yeah.
studio sponsor,
Yeah.
Premium Cabinets, John Morgan.
Thank you,
Great-
John.
Great crew.
Love you
Thank you,
and your
Johnny.
cabinets.
So if you need some cabinets, John Morgan, Premium Cabinets. That's
And-
like 10
It's
and
almost like I don't want
They're
to
not.
open them. Just
They're not
because I like
average
looking at 'em.
quality. They're premium.
premium. Or premium.
Handmade, by the way.
Yeah.
None of that sweatshop
Not
shit.
with tiny hands.
No.
Those aren't
Full-size
sweatshop-
hands.
Those aren't sweatshop cabinets.
18-year-old and up hands.
No, but that's cool. That's
These aren't Nikes.
midget hands. Oh,
So now should we get into something a little bit more serious?
what you got?
What you got?
What you? Oh,
Yeah.
I did want to. Hey, I did want to.
Yeah.
Dude. For on a serious note, a little serious turn here.
bring it down.
Sean, you are. How many days sober are you at now?
April. I'm sorry. October was 5 years.
Fucking
So I
incredible.
just hit 5 years.
So that's
Congrats,
awesome, man.
brother. That's awesome.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
What day
Um,
in October?
October 16th,
My
2018.
son's birthday.
Is it?
I'm the 20th. I
10,
was going to feel
16.
really. Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, it is.
16th?
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
Saren-
There really is
serendipitous.
an October 16th.
Is that
yeah.
really your son's birthday?
Yeah,
You
it is.
cocksucker.
Yeah. Is that
I think I
another
just called you.
conspiracy
I think I
theory.
just called you a
Well,
cocksucker.
let's
I don't
talk-
know. That
with
was a
all
little
due
Talk
harsh.
about that
respect.
October 16th.
Yeah.
It's not real. We all know
You
it.
see, we were serious for 12 seconds.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all you
That's
got.
all we
That's
got.
all I got.
I'm
All right,
shutting up.
that's a
That's
wrap.
how we always are. We'll
Yeah.
do that. We'll just like talk
Yeah.
about like, you remember our dads back in the day? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
How's yours, Mike? Oh, he's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah. Great
Mine
guy.
left.
There we go. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Just like,
yeah.
But no, I think that's fantastic, dude. I've known you a long time. I know Tim's known you a long time.
Yep.
And you partied.
I partied, man.
And you turned that shit. And you got a beautiful family now, a
Yeah.
thriving business. I mean, your kid's your best friend. That's the coolest
It
shit.
really
I love
is.
seeing you guys together. So huge congratulations on that.
Here, can I say something on that real
Please,
quick?
yeah.
So I'm 47. I went to what most people don't know. They look at, wow, this last 5 years, it's been great. But I went about 20 years ago to a treatment center in California. Didn't tell anybody. And,
Oh, no shit. When
and
you
I
were
went,
in your
yeah.
20s. Wow.
Yeah, but I was dating a girl and she was like, hey, this is not normal.
Yeah.
So they're okay. So I kind of went for the wrong reasons. I went to keep the girlfriend. So on day 28 of treatment, they're like, okay, let's talk about your aftercare program. And I'm like, aftercare? Are you nuts? Like, I got 2 more days and I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for 30. It's what I committed
Right,
to.
right.
And I'm bouncing. Go
And you
back
were-
to my boys,
Oh, shit. For real? Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to clean up,
Yeah.
straighten up, and go back.
Get a little cleanse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I remember their faces looking at me like, oh, fuck, this guy, he ain't going to make it.
Yeah.
And so I left there, and of course, I didn't take any of their advice, and it just kept going. And if you know anything about alcoholism or addiction, they call it a progressive disease. It continually gets worse. And so they were right. Then I'd go back out, and then it would get worse and get worse. It started with alcohol at a younger age, 14, 15, for friends and fun, with friends having fun, and then it progressed. And then every time it progressed, like I reached a different level of friends I would hang out with, because the last level of friends, they were like, we're not, that's crazy. Like kind of kicking me out of their circle.
Yeah.
And then I just kept changing until, no offense to the last circle I was with, but
Right.
we were all kicking it really hard. And when I did that, it felt normal in every circle. I adapted to every circle.
What was your drug of choice? And
Cocaine.
cocaine and alcohol?
Yes.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And so, but it got to a point where, ballpark, spending about $5,000 a month on it. So I had to make a lot of money to spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
But and that's just not the drug, but alcohol going with it. And honestly, it's probably more than that,
Yeah.
because it was just,
Gordon Belford's kind of shit.
Yeah,
there.
right.
it got to, there was a point where it was like that,
so- yeah.
My dad had this amazing lake house at Lake of the Ozarks. And what I loved about the Ozarks is it was like Vegas on water. It was okay to be shit-faced and fucked up and walk into a nice restaurant at 7 p.m. with one flip-flop and your board shorts
And
still
they
on
would be
from
like,
the
everybody
morning.
does that around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I blended in really well there. And the addiction just grew and grew. So we had party house, we had the boats, we had the fun,
Mhm.
and that was kind of Wolf of Wall Street time for me. And it was a lot of good times. Don't get me wrong, but overall it was really bad. And it reached a point where like fun times party boy is now married with a baby. And it's like, dude, the gig is up. It's over. And my wife was like, okay, this is not what I signed up for. This is crazy.
Oh, so you met when you met Nina, you were actively
Active addiction. But I
Hit it.
hit it.
Yeah.
So when I met her, she's a lot younger than me. She's 15 years younger than me. So she had just graduated college, and what are her and her friends doing? They're celebrating. They're going out all the time.
Right.
And that's when I met her. So I blended in.
Mhm.
And when they would go to bed, I would continue going out, or tell her I was going home, and I'd go to the east side
Oh,
or continue
fuck.
on.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was 2-day benders, sometimes 3-day benders. And then trying to be the president of a company doesn't work.
Vincent Mortgage.
Yeah, Vincent Mortgage. And, I don't want to say I was messed up all the time, but a lot of times it was in my system, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm making bad decisions, things are happening. And what I got good at was learning how to make money so I could hire people to do my job. But when it's your business, they can't do what you're supposed to be doing, right? Because if you just turn it over to everybody, then they run it how they want to
Nobody
run it.
cares about your business like you
Right.
do.
That's right.
Right.
And so essentially that's what happened. But there's a lot in there that we don't even need to go into, but with my family and all that stuff that was really painful. But and I say this, and if you're in it and you feel like you're real shitty right now and you feel like a shitty person and I can never get out of this hole, like that's just simply not true. And that's one thing I did want to talk about on here is like
Absolutely.
when you like you're really good about saying, you're bringing all this to light, right? The depression, the mental health, and you're being open and honest, which is huge.
Thanks.
We have to lend a hand to those people and say, I'm here. And so I'm on my post, I'll throw stuff out there and I'll say, I mean it, call me. And people do. Sometimes it's 2 a.m. and they're shit faced, and I'll talk for a little bit and say, let's talk in the morning. And they usually don't call in the morning, and I'll follow up, and then they're embarrassed. And
Yeah.
I did that shit too, so it's okay. Like if anybody is listening that has done that with me, and you feel embarrassed about the call the night before, don't call me back.
Right.
Let's do it again. Because for me, it took 20 years for me to actually get it.
What was that? What was that moment? That aha. That
Well,
this-
the one I could talk about that would
that
bring
you're
me to
comfortable talking
tears.
about,
Well,
or
I'll talk
whatever.
about it. I'm an open book, man. But my daughter was 2, and she couldn't say her R's yet, and she said, "Daddy, your eyes look weird."
Oh fuck.
I cry right now,
Oh,
man. But
Jesus.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about it.
that was it. That was
Really?
it. If I can't fucking fool a 2-year-old, man,
She said your eyes.
who
were
am I
big.
Yeah.
fooling?
They were bloodshot and shit, I guess.
Well, they were like all coked out,
Yeah.
zombied out.
That hit you.
Oh, dude, it
That's
still
like
hits me.
Yeah.
That's the
fucking
thing.
Tough.
Yeah.
But that was
And
like
so-
probably your best moment. Like, all right, this is it.
Right.
it.
We're done.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
because I
done.
thought I fooled everybody, but really I kept changing groups where they just didn't care.
Yeah.
And 5 groups back, they gave up on me a long time ago. Like, dude, he's a mess. Look, he keeps going downhill.
Sure.
And my wife, I wasn't fooling her anymore. She was just numb to it,
So
but
she knew. She just was
knew-
fucking
yeah, at this
autopilot.
point,
Like
yeah, because she's thinking, what happened, dude? I just graduated college. I meet this old dude, drug addict, knocks me up. What the fuck? My life's over. And so I owe it to her. I still owe it to her to be a better husband and father. And I feel like I've done a really good job of that over time. But what essentially ended up working for me was the treatment center 20 years ago. I used to say it didn't work. It planted seeds. And then I would go in and out of recovery meetings, 12-step meetings. And I'd say, oh, that shit don't work. No, more seeds were planted. And so when it came time to do that final line in the sand, my wife's like, you need another treatment center. I did not want to go back to another treatment center. I don't know why, but it was like the death. I do not want to go back there. And if you think about it, why not? It's great. Felt great getting clean, man.
And you had your mind made up at that point. You did want to go clean.
Yes,
But you didn't
but I had this
want
wall
to
up.
involve. Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
You
want
wanted to see if you can do it by
right.
yourself.
Yes, and that's the problem. Everybody thinks they can. I'm better than I'm stronger than this. 'Cause
Male ego.
a lot of it. So what happened for me is I saw this Facebook ad scrolling, and there was this 4-day boot camp of like military style boot camp.
oh yeah.
And this guy's like, "Are you a man who is not being the man you're meant to
Is that
be?"
Satima?
Satima. Yep.
Satima? Yeah.
And it was this military style boot camp that really kicks your ass. And you know what I thought was a great idea as a drug addict? I'd rather do that for 4 days than go to a treatment center for
a
30
month,
days.
Yeah.
So I signed up for this thing, and it was in like 2 weeks. And I didn't do any of the work before I got there I was supposed to do. I went on a 3-day bender right before I went.
Oh fuck.
My wife was like, he ain't going.
Right.
So she checked out mentally, and I went. And I showed up to this thing, dehydrated, detoxing off of cocaine and alcohol. So my body's going through shit. And 3 minutes into this event, I'm shaking because we're doing like planks. Like they just start yelling at you, and I'm like,
Hey, planks sober or hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck did I sign up for, man? And I paid a lot of money to go to this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But I said just 4 days, man, 4 days. Well, it's like 15-hour days of workout, classroom. And what they're trying to do is kind of punch you in the face with the truth that no one's telling you. And that's really what I needed, because I kept surrounding myself with these people who were like, yes, men, because I loved providing a party.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't want to go out Tuesday? I'm buying. You want this? Well, I already got everything here at the house. Party here. I created a party everywhere I went. And so I needed someone to kind of literally grab me and shake me and say, what the F are you doing, man? You have beautiful wife, beautiful daughter.
You can say fuck on this
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh, yeah. Frick.
We prefer it.
Frick. Yeah. And
no,
so, but man, and it worked.
Yeah.
It fucking worked, man. And so I was the only one there for drugs and alcohol. This is for like business owners or people who are depressed or who need this like punch to wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it worked. It freaking worked.
4
in
days.
4 days.
Wow.
And what's the name of the program?
Well, it was called Immersion,
Okay.
and they canceled it. They shut it down. And so I reached out to
Titan
him.
Immersion.
Titan Immersion was for the men, and the Shield Maiden Immersion was for the women. And so I just reached out to him last week, and I said, sell me the program. I want to buy it.
Yeah.
And I offered him a number. He came back with a number about 14 times higher. I said, okay,
Oh shit.
we're a little off. And so,
We're gonna close it down, but I'm not gonna sell it.
yeah, it doesn't make
We're
sense,
gonna
but hey,
hold
that was
on to
his
this
choice.
gem.
So I said, okay, it's in my heart. I'm going to go do it. And so we're doing it. So we're building our own program. We're going to mimic what they taught and put our own little spin on it. And it's going to be in Destin, Florida, right in my backyard on the beaches of Destin.
Oh, you're doing
And
that.
we're doing it. And the first week of April is our first event, man.
I'm there.
Fuck yeah,
Nice.
man.
Hey, I'm there.
How long is it?
It's 4 days.
Dude,
Hey,
I
I'll
almost
do
did.
it.
I almost did that with a couple years ago.
Mike's like, I'm
Yeah.
cool.
and
Yeah.
I just
Just
wasn't
wasn't
ready.
right.
I
Wasn't
wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I think I am.
Dude, it's
I
like,
don't. I can't say that I know I am. I know you're supposed to say that, but
no,
I
to
would
think
love-
about it because I want it to be right for you, right? But I just know what it did for me. It changed everything. Now it didn't go, wow, you're clean and sober. But what it did is open my eyes to realize, okay, guess what? Now I do those recovery meetings, and guess what? I like them.
Right.
Well, because you did it on your terms. Like
On
you
my
weren't
terms.
forced to do it.
That's
because
right.
I have siblings
Exactly.
who were both doing that.
Yeah.
And my sister literally, fuck, I mean, that's when I was bringing my niece and nephews over to your house all the time. She had to leave St. Louis because every time she got clean, someone's like, oh, here's some free
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
for you."
Yeah.
So she legit was like living in a car,
Yep.
working at a hotel, trying to, find her peace. And that was her eye opening right
Mhm.
there.
And I feel
Yeah.
like when you hear these stories, that's ultimately why you fall back into it, is the going back to the old crowd, thinking, okay, all this crowd, all I do with them is get
Mhm.
fucked up, party, this, that, and the
Yep.
other. Now that I'm in a spot where I want to get away from
Mhm.
that, maybe I can hang out with these people and not. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
you're gonna fall right back into it because they're gonna
You're
be
jumping
the
back on the
ones
bandwagon.
offering you shit.
And you're not strong enough to say no.
No,
At-
I mean,
a lot of
it's
times.
true. Oh,
Yeah.
So here's a funny story, kind of based on that. So, like, I would party everywhere: Miami, Vegas, like California. I was all over to get out of St. Louis to go hog wild.
You were a legend. You were
Yeah.
a legend.
I was going everywhere. So I was trying to get clean and sober, and this is an example of trying to do it on your own, and you just can't, right? And so I got tickets to a UFC fight. This is probably like 10 years ago, and actually more than that. But it was cool to get UFC tickets. And so I told my friends, hey, man, I need my boys to help me. I'm trying to be sober. You know this, right? I got tickets to UFC, but we have to go there, go to the fight, catch a 6 a.m. flight, and get the fuck out of there so I don't get tempted.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we'll do that for you. Sounds like a horrible Vegas trip, right? For everyone else. So we go to the event, and afterwards I'm like, hey, man, we're in Vegas. Maybe we should go out for a little bit. You know,
Oh,
I won't drink.
Yeah.
And they're all
Flight's
like,
not leaving for another 3 hours.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
no, Sean. They're trying to tell me no. I'm like, well, I already texted a guy. We got a table over at Pure, right? It's a nightclub called Pure. And so I'm like, you guys drink it. I'm not drinking. But again, I'm just inching closer, right? And I don't
Right.
see
You're
it.
itching it.
Yeah. Hey, Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hook me up.
Exactly.
But
John Jones comes and sits with you and
Yeah.
fucks everything.
we
up.
go there, and we get the table. They get down or sit down. They're having a drink, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. To just go to the bathroom, I promise. You know, cocaine. We always go to the bathroom, but this time was really just to pee. And I'm walking in the bathroom, in the line, and coming out of the girls' restroom is this girl who will leave unnamed, and she's like, Sean, what's up? These girls I used to party with in California.
Oh,
They were in Vegas.
Uh,
She hugs me and shakes my hand and puts a bag of coke in it.
Yeah.
So I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I come back to the table, and the guys look at me immediately. They're like, "Fucking really, dude?" Because my eyes are like this. I'm like, "Hey
It
guys, I just went to the
It
bathroom."
kicks in that fast.
Oh yeah,
Most people
immediate.
don't believe this. I've never done it.
No.
I've never tried it, so I don't know.
I
but
haven't either.
It kicks in
haven't
that
either.
fast,
Oh,
huh?
Yeah, it just goes. Well, you think about it. You're putting it right into your
Right.
nostrils and your membranes, but. So that's me trying to do it on my own.
Right.
I can't.
Right.
And a lot of people are stubborn like that. And I had to keep crashing and burning until they say you hit your rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I hit some lows, but not my rock bottom.
Right.
And then this time with my kid, my wife, I went bankrupt. Most people
Right.
don't know that.
Right.
Lost everything. And I'm sitting in this, $1 million home in St. Charles, and they're towing cars out of the driveways. I'm selling all of our private belongings on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
It was the craziest times, man. But
So
it
that's
was
the point.
that was the rock bottom.
That's the point where you either go right or you go hard left, because
And
in
die.
that scenario, if you've got justification to go, fuck it, I'm throwing everything in, and I'm gonna go down with the Titanic. It's
And
probably
most people
at that,
do that.
exactly.
Most people do that
Yeah, my mom,
because it's hard.
right.
It's actually a simple process, but it's really hard to accept that it's a simple process and do the simple work.
Right.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, not
Your
at
mom?
all. But it's funny, like, going into that, because I grew up with that. My mom was a hardcore alcoholic,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
And you doing what you did at the time you did it, I think was the most beneficial, because the last thing you ever want your kid, and I love my mom's like one of my best friends,
Yeah.
right? I love her to death, but there's always those memories of a kid
Yeah.
watching that shit. And with me, I mean, I drink, but I don't drink that much. I don't
Yeah.
go like that hard in the paint. And it's because of that,
Yeah,
because it's
sure.
like, I don't want my kid ever to say, I think Vincent seen me drunk one time, and it was 2 years ago at my birthday party, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, I just got that,
Oh, I thought you were saying Vincent.
I got that PTSD in my head
Yeah, for
with
sure.
what I saw growing up. So
Yeah.
the fact that she probably is too young to ever remember that, you have no idea how fortunate you are. Because
Oh,
there's
very.
a lot of, again, with me,
Mhm.
it's like I love her to death, but it's
Yeah.
like that's always going to stick out,
Yeah.
So
I
good
And
for you, man.
And I talk about it with my daughter, and I have for the last few years. I waited until she was about 6. She's still too young to understand, but I start dropping hints about that daddy needs to go to these meetings, and it's because I used to have a problem with alcohol. And I had to leave the drugs part out of it,
Sure.
but that
Right.
daddy doesn't do that anymore. And so now she knows, and she's like, yeah, daddy doesn't drink anymore. And she's very aware. I just want her to be aware.
Yeah.
I like how you're telling people too to help them out, because you're saving other people's lives.
That's
Shit,
awesome.
I wish you were there when my dad was there, because my dad, oh man,
Yeah.
my mom's side and my dad's side, addictions. I remember my uncle coming up to me when I was like 11. He's like, "You already got 2 strikes on you, buddy."
Yeah.
I was afraid to drink half
God
the time. in
damn,
high school.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Just coming at you.
Buzzkill.
Coming in hot.
He's just because my uncle Mike, he had to go into rehab at like 25. My grandpa went into rehab. I lost 2 cousins to heroin overdose.
Wow.
Pill popping.
Yeah.
Got a few heroin addicts, I think, on my dad's side.
Mhm.
So like I'm petrified. Like,
Right.
people are like, "You want to try this?" I'm like, "Fuck no," because I know like that'll be like first thing. Like, all right.
And why do you think you made it out unscathed? I'm always curious.
And
on that.
I remember I was one of my other close friends. His name's Dan Preston. His 2 little brothers, they were on drugs. I mean, God, I remember he told me that the van drove up and threw his little brother out into his lawn while he was overdosing. And I remember my sister was trying to get clean, and my mom, I don't know, she was like on some, like, she wasn't on anything, but she was just like trying to
Something.
figure
Right,
out
right.
how to save my sister. And
Yeah.
she was like, "Mike, can she and Aaron and the kids stay with you?" And my buddy Joe like heard it over the phone. He goes, "Fuck no." And I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Mike, I'm doing this for you." And he goes,
Wow.
this is not for your sister, but she needs to figure this out on her own.
Right.
And my mom goes, "Fine." Click, hung up on me. And I'm like, holy fuck. And then I called Dan. And I was like, "What do you think I should do?" And he goes, "I don't think you should do it." And we were silent for a minute. And I was like, "How did we end up okay?" And I was like, "Well, you know what? Actually, because of you, Dan." And I was like, all our buddies, I was like, we're fucking great people. We stayed away from drugs. I mean, like, yeah, no, we did stupid shit.
Ish. Now,
Yeah.
today, what
Yeah.
time is it?
Yeah. But no, I mean, like,
Right.
it's the people I hung out with.
Yeah.
You know, I stuck into sports, and all my buddies, I mean, I found out people who act just like me. We quote movies, we drink,
Right.
a few beers, and
And
eat
it's
pizza.
great when you
Right.
open up, because I think there is that age where people don't want to talk about it, right? Because you don't want the outside world to look at you and judge, oh, your mom's an alcoholic, or your sister does this, or your dad does that, or whatnot, because you kind of feel like an outcast, you know? And when you get older, you start talking to people, you realize, like it or not, we're all a little fucked up, or we come from fucked up backgrounds, or there's always something to where you can go, I can relate to what you're saying right now. You
And that's
know?
what I started doing, because in high school, like, my dad died right after that. I remember another good buddy of mine, like, him and his grandpa would always go to Eagle Springs Golf Course in Florissant.
I love that.
And my grandpa, who pretty much like raised me, I remember every bit of detail being with him all the time. And he's like, hey, what's wrong with Dickie? That's my grandpa's name.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, he was right in front of us. He was trying to pay with his driver's license.
I've done that.
So I called my grandma, and I was like, hey, what's going on with Grandpa? Everything okay? 2 weeks later, he comes to find out he has Alzheimer's.
Ugh.
That fucking broke me.
Oh yeah.
That, I mean, I remember I'd just be sad all the time in high school, and I just didn't know who to fucking talk to.
Yeah.
And like some of my friends were like, just try not to think about it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Yeah.
that is the worst fucking advice ever.
The fucking bro psychology.
Yeah.
Go
And
do
then
some
like,
pull-ups.
let's go
and
drink.
as I got older, I would just meet other people, and it's just like, I mean, we've talked about it, and you're like, yeah, my dad just left, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I kind of relate to that. I mean, mine's never coming back, but I get it. I mean, like, you know, it's like, it's okay to be sad.
That's
It really
right.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
And just open up about it, because someone else in the back can hear it and go, okay, I feel that.
See, that's
like that.
that's the number one thing I think. I have people now, because selfishly in the beginning, it was therapy for me to talk about it, because I was kind of embarrassed of all this past, and I wanted everyone to know, like, I don't want to do that anymore. But it was really, I put it out there on social. Actually, I forgot about this. You guys remember the Dirty?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently, allegedly, I was on there.
You were.
Nice.
Yeah, twice actually, a long time ago, and then
I may, have
recently.
sent,
again.
I may have sent the picture in. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you.
I
I'm
wrote
fucking with
I
you.
wrote
No.
it all.
Sean had a part. Sean was in the Ozarks and he didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
So the Dirty sparked this whole thing, and thank God for it. So there was someone who anonymously put my picture on there and told all my details that I thought I was covering up in secrets about the house going into foreclosure, that I'd only told one other person. So I know who this person was, and the wording was exactly how this person would talk.
Fuck that
And,
person.
yeah, fuck that person. No, but I was like, you know, when you see yourself in something like that, you feel like the world knows.
Mm-hmm.
This is recently. Nobody looks at the Dirty anymore, right?
Right.
So there's probably 4 clicks on it. All
Yeah.
3 were mine.
It's blown
But
up right now.
yeah. Now it's going live.
Yeah.
The Dirty.com.
Yeah.
But premium cabinets.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Don't forget those.
shout out.
John Morgan, premium cabinets.
But I'm like, you know what? If someone's gonna trash me, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
And so I came clean, man, and just fucking aired it out.
That's like Eminem at
That's-
the end of
yeah.
fucking. That's his winning battle thing. He just throws it all out.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
No mom
Street
spaghetti.
cred.
No
Yeah.
mom spaghetti on that sweater.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna put Kim Basinger as my mom in the movie either. But anyways, so I did that,
Love
and
the
the
name drop.
response, the
Shout out.
response was like overwhelming, because I felt like I did it, and I hit send like fuck, oh
Oh, you
God,
posted
yeah,
it.
'cause you're
what
like,
you gonna
oh, I
say?
did it.
All
Oh,
my
I did it.
secrets,
Yeah.
and everybody was like, "You're so strong," and I
Yeah.
felt so weak, you know. But where I was going to touch on what you said, Mike, was that talking about it is like, so there's people that are messaging me now that said, "Hey, I just celebrated 2 years sobriety. Keep the videos going." And I'm like, I haven't even heard from this guy in 2 years.
Right.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that are
They're
watching, but
watching.
they're not. You don't see them because they don't comment. They don't even like it, but they
Mhm.
see it.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it helps them. And that's all
And
that
it helps
matters.
them.
Like,
Keep
I don't
doing
know.
what you guys are doing here. This is such a beautiful thing. I love it.
Oh, thank you. This is just
The mental
bullshit.
health meetings too. I love doing
Yeah,
those.
we gotta- we
Even
gotta
without
do
him here, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
Wow. That hurt. I was about to sing your
It was
praises,
about to be
but-
something. Yeah, I got to switch gears with
No,
that.
but what I was gonna say is I do find it admirable, and we're all friends with a lot of these guys, but there's a lot of these, like, we'll call them like fake influencers, right? These people that want to get on and just fucking, they're just doing it for the vanity, you know.
Well, they're really just talking about themselves and how they.
100%, you know, and like if
People come up
anybody
and
needs
ask me,
somebody to talk to, you know, come to, and it's like, I know you, and zero fucking shot I would ever come to you with any problems whatsoever. You know, you're about as deep as a fucking puddle. But with you, you know, the fact that you did face it the way that you did face it, and you did throw it out there, you didn't try to hide. And this is back when it wasn't cool. Now it's cool to be vulnerable. You know, like when somebody comes out like, you know, believe it or not, I'm not perfect. And it's like, oh, you're such a fucking hero, you know? But you did it at a time where it was kind of still it's when MySpace was kind of phasing out. Facebook was in, but Facebook was in its infancy. And you just kind of fucking threw it out there. And, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but you're like, yeah, I'm fucked up, you know, and I'm going to do what I can to fix it. And the fact that you're talking about rejuvenating this program that you were in, not to make money on it, but to help other people to get to where you're at because it was so beneficial. I think that's really fucking admirable, you know. And I wish there was more of that out there. Yeah, you know.
What do you want to say something about that program and how to sign up, or is it not in the? It's not there
kidding.
Never mind.
Be a man. Figure it out on your own.
Turn it off. Stop recording.
You can figure that shit out yourself.
You can reach me at Premium Cabinets. Hit up John Morgan, and John Morgan will text me. Where's the camera? But no, it's called Expansion Protocol, and you know we're trying to build a blueprint or a protocol for how to expand your mindset, your physicality, all this stuff to really go after what you're meant to be. And right now, where you're at, if you're stuck, which a lot of people are, we're gonna bust through that shit and go get what you really are supposed to be living. So,
you got your website up yet or not yet?
No,
still working on that.
No, still working on that. But
so holler at Sean Vincent.
Yeah,
we should do that though.
WN.
We should do that.
What? I would love to do
go
that. I
down
wanted
there,
to do it.
go down there and go down there and do it.
Satema came at me pretty strong, and I was like, it's a little sorry.
I want to see
Sean.
Sean. I want to see Sean go all David Goggins on us.
Yeah,
you know?
and I just didn't want to have the call with you because I'm like, it's too close.
Yeah.
So anytime we have friends, I handle his friends on the calls, but he's pretty intense.
Yeah, he was very intense.
Yeah,
he was like,
he's scary almost.
He was asking questions, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you fucking sure that's your answer?
You ready to
I
get
don't know now,
fucked?
man. Maybe.
Yes, drill sergeant.
Yeah.
I mean, really though.
So we're going to do it a little different. It's going to be very similar structure. We're going to do a little different because there's some things about that program I didn't necessarily agree with. They weren't bad, but I want to do it my way. You know, the way I would run my business, and that's how we're going to
do
it.
waterboarding. You know, I frown upon that.
Yeah,
you know, it's not.
There was stuff like that. It's like, bro,
Just picturing.
Are
you gonna quit?
Yeah, this guy's a CPA. He's not going into
jumper
Navy
cables
SEAls
on the nut.
Yeah.
Do you line them up and like do you kind of boot camp it where you're kind of
Dude, it was really. You should see.
Word
some
of advice because I was in the Air Force.
Yep.
Little known fact about me and very fucking scary. I did have a top secret security clearance at one point in my life.
That is very scary.
Can you imagine?
That had nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to throw it out.
Yeah, sure.
But what you need to look for when you're yelling at somebody, you're probably trying to get them to crack, right? You got to look at the people next to them because you could sit here and tell me what a piece of shit I am, and I can stare right through you. If you're yelling at the guy next to me, it takes everything for me not to start cracking up. I'm biting my fucking tongue. I'm looking the other way. So if you're trying to get him to crack, look at the guy next to him.
That's what it is. It's always looking, okay, I'm going to yell at you. But
it's just
like,
like, God damn it.
Because if you see him just going like this, like, and it's like, okay, you're trying to play stronger now. And then I stop and I'm going right to you.
Yeah.
Well, for that part of this program, this is where I'm changing things. I'm not former military. I'm having military men that run that part of the evolution.
Yeah, I'm really.
You don't want me.
Hey guys, listen up, and you better respect me.
It doesn't work. But
we're gonna go down there. Hi guys, welcome to my boot camp.
And then a wheelchair.
All right, fellas,
You ready to begin?
welcome
to my boot camp.
Oh man! Anything else anybody wants to say? We gotta
I would
get wrapping
totally
it up.
rock something
Go
like
Rams!
that.
Oh wait, they're not here anymore. Sorry, I've been out.
Who do you got down
I
there?
already got daddy issues. Jesus.
They got the
Jaguars?
Dolphins, they got the Bucks, which shout out to the Bucks, man. I mean,
Yeah,
who would have thunk it?
There's a comeback story.
Baker Mayfield just coming out and just putting him in the playoffs.
Good for him, man.
I'll
Doing
give
the
him that.
damn thing. Miami and I
Dolphins
think
are playing
Jacksonville's the only one that's kind of suspect, and I think they got a bright future.
Yep.
You know,
They were close to making the playoffs, right? Jacksonville.
they were. What did they finish?
They're like
I
9-8 or something like that. They were very
They had a
close, so-
winning record,
Which
So
is good.
good for Florida teams
for
right there.
Trevor
And
Lawrence.
I know I think Miami's playing in Kansas City, or
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be
and
like
it's supposed to be like a
second coldest game ever there.
Is it
or
tomorrow?
It's
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
tomorrow or Sunday. So we gotta
Saturday?
go. Gotta watch that.
Oh,
For sure. For sure. All right,
He
cool.
just looks, goes, no.
No, I was coughing on
oh, one last thing.
semen.
Call John Morgan. at
Yep, Premium Cabinet.
John
Cabinetry.
Morgan, baby.
That's our
Johnny
Premium
Morgan.
Cabinets.
That's his
That's
name from
our
now on.
studio sponsor. Great dude. I talked to him a couple times the past week. Really nice family there. Running
Just
that
cabinet
place.
talk.
Cabinet talk, baby. That's the best
it.
kind
Yeah.
of talk right there.
Love
Tell
it.
me why oak is better than cedar.
And that's
though,
all we
John.
talk.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
can't
just
sleep.
Shit face.
Yeah. Sorry, it's
Smashing
3:30 in
beers
the
together,
morning.
just
right.
talking about cabinets.
Is it oak or cedar
Yeah,
that you
which-
prefer? Which
I-
I don't know. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally unbiased here.
But,
Money's no issue.
I just need an excuse to crack a beer while we talk.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Cabinets.
Yeah. Cabinets.
Very interesting topic. But anyway, dude, Sean, thanks for being here. Really,
Thanks
I know
for
you,
having me on.
you got to
Dude, I
drive
love
all
it,
the way to
brother.
fucking. You
Yeah.
have a meeting after this. You can't even go to lunch with us.
No, I gotta go to meeting and then drive back to Florida
and
for
then all
12
the-
hours.
That's your day.
Ugh.
That's it. Well, I
Gosh.
started at breakfast at 7
Well, there's
a.m.
a storm of brewing and
Yeah, I gotta get
like
that
an
out.
hour
Please
and a
get out
half,
of
I
here, what
think.
that is.
Yeah, and that car
exactly.
ain't gonna do good in the.
Sean Vincent with
looks cool, though.
DestinedCars.com. That's my buddy. Love you. Thanks for sharing your story.
Hey, do me a
V.
favor. Help me grow this stupid social media that I'm not good at Destin Cars.
At
Thank
Destined
you.
Cars.
At
oh, when I'm going to
Destin
Florida, I'm
Cars.
fucking calling you. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Winner
for
gets
sure.
a free
Yeah.
Porsche parked outside.
Yep. And a coupon in every car for premium cabinetry.
That's
You ever get the
Love
cars
it.
back? Like you ever get the cars back and they're kind of just stained up.
Dude, we
and
had one.
trashed, and it's like
It was supposed to
get
be
a hotel room.
returned at a certain time, and the lady was like, "Hey, can I extend a day, or extend for a few hours?" And then I looked it up because we got
Oh,
tracking
yeah.
devices. I'm like, "This car's in fucking Alabama. You're not gonna be here in 2 hours." And so I start tracking it, and this thing is zipping all over town. She keeps extending for a day. She's making up all these excuses. Finally, it's parked, and I find out. I zoom in on Google. It's at a tow yard. She rented it for some guy. He was a drug dealer running fentanyl from frickin' Alabama to Destin or wherever.
What the fuck?
And so I get it. Dude, it looked like a rave inside. There was razor blades, baggies.
Jesus.
and that was the
fucking
last time he
Tim
rented out
Trifoletti.
to
yeah,
Charlie Sheen right there. He said, "You know what, Charlie, you're
Yeah.
cut
Damn.
off."
winning.
Yeah. So yeah, stuff happens, but we've had almost 700 car rentals and only one incident. So we're doing good.
Nice.
We're
Not
doing
bad.
good.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we're going to drop these every Monday. So they're going to be on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And then, of course, you can find them on the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer Facebook page. I'm Brandon McNamee.
Mike Jones.
Sean Vincent.
Tim, fuck,
I
what
can't
is
remember
it?
your last name.
Trivoletti.
I never
Yeah,
remember your
Tim
last
Fucaletti.
That's
Got it.
All right.
Timothy.
Fogaletti, that one hurt.
See you next Monday. Love you. Bye.
Huge thank you to our studio sponsor, John Morgan, and the entire Premium Cabinets family for helping make this podcast possible. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you're following the podcast on all platforms so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Don't forget to join the End is Near, so Let's Drink Beer Facebook group to make sure you stay prepared for the end of days. Till next time.